Are you tired of staring at your screen all day, scrolling through social media and endlessly refreshing your inbox? Well, have you ever wondered how all that information magically travels across oceans and reaches you in a matter of seconds? Trust me, it's not magic. It's a real-life superhero, the internet. And today, I'm going to take you on a wild journey to discover the incredible secrets of how the internet travels across oceans. So buckle up and get ready to have your mind blown. Undersea cable. Undersea cables, huh? It may sound like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but these cables are the unsung heroes of the internet. Think about it. Every time you send an email, watch a cat video, or order a pizza online, it's all thanks to these cables. They're like the veins and arteries of the internet, carrying vital information across oceans and connecting people all over the world. Now, you might be thinking, but how do these cables actually work? Aren't they just cables? Well, my friend, these aren't your average cables. We're talking about fiber optic cables, which are made up of tiny strands of glass or plastic that transmit data using light. That's right, light. It's like a tiny beam of light is carrying your Instagram selfie across the ocean. How cool is that? But wait, it gets even cooler. These cables can transmit data at lightning-fast speeds. We're talking about speeds of up to 200 terabits per second. To put that in perspective, that's like downloading every season of Game of Thrones in HD in just a few seconds. Okay, maybe that's not the best example, but you get the idea. Now, you might be wondering how these cables are actually laid across the ocean floor. Well, it's a pretty impressive feat of engineering. It involves specialized ships and equipment that carefully lay the cables along the ocean floor, burying them to protect them from ships and natural disasters. It's like building an underwater highway, except instead of cars, it's carrying data. And instead of road rage, you have to worry about sea monsters. Just kidding, I think. So, the next time you're binge-watching your favorite show or scrolling through memes, take a moment to appreciate the unsung heroes of the internet, the undersea cables. Without them, we'd be lost in a sea of disconnected information. Pun intended, laying undersea cables. All right, folks. Let's dive deeper into the process of laying undersea cables. It's like a high-tech version of The Little Mermaid, except with fewer singing crustaceans. So first things first, laying undersea cables is no easy feat. It's like playing a game of underwater operation, except instead of a buzzer, you have to worry about the cable snapping and electrocuting everything in sight. Just kidding, that's not how it works. Anyway, the first step in laying undersea cables is surveying the ocean floor. It's like playing a game of I Spy, but with rocks and sand instead of colors and shapes. The surveyors use specialized equipment to map out the best route for the cable, making sure to avoid obstacles like rocky outcroppings, shipwrecks, and mermaid colonies. Okay, I made that last one up, but you get the idea. Next up, the cable-laying ship sets sail. It's like a floating construction site, complete with cranes, cable drums, and a crew of hardworking sailors. They carefully lay the cable along the ocean floor, using a plow-like machine to bury it and keep it secure. It's like planting a giant undersea garden, except instead of seeds, you're planting fiber optic cables. And let's not forget about the repair ships. These are like the superheroes of the undersea cable world. If a cable gets damaged, they swoop in to save the day, using their specialized equipment to locate and repair the damaged section. It's like a game of underwater operation, except instead of a tiny pair of tweezers, you have to use a robotic arm and a lot of duct tape. All in all, laying undersea cables is an incredible feat of engineering and human ingenuity. It's like building a massive network of underwater highways that connect people all over the world. Cable repair. Cable repair. The unsung heroes of the undersea cable world. It's like the IT department of the ocean, except instead of resetting your password, they're repairing massive fiber optic cables that are the backbone of the internet. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. So, what exactly happens when an undersea cable gets damaged? Well, it's like a giant game of Where's Waldo, except instead of a striped shirt and a beanie, you're looking for a tiny section of damaged cable buried deep beneath the ocean floor. And it's not just any cable. We're talking about cables that are miles long and as thin as a strand of hair. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, except the haystack is the entire ocean. Once the damaged section is located, the repair ship gets to work. It's like a scene out of a sci-fi movie with robotic arms, laser cutters, and specialized equipment designed to repair the damaged section. It's like a cross between Star Wars and The Little Mermaid. Okay, maybe not The Little Mermaid, but you get the idea. But wait, there's more. Repairing undersea cables isn't just about fixing the damage. It's also about making sure the cable is secure and protected from future damage. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a scraped knee, except the Band-Aid is made of Kevlar and can withstand the pressure of the ocean. And instead of a scraped knee, you're dealing with a damaged cable that's carrying vital information across ocean. Internet exchange point. All right, folks, let's talk about internet exchange points. It's like a giant digital party where all the internet traffic comes to mingle and exchange information. It's like a real-life social network, except instead of sharing baby photos and vacation pics, we're sharing data packets and email. So, what exactly is an internet exchange point? Well, it's like a giant switchboard that connects different internet service providers and routes internet traffic between them. It's like a bustling intersection where different networks come together, exchange data, and continue on their way. Think of it like a high-tech version of a game of telephone. The cool thing about IXPs is that they help to reduce internet congestion and increase internet speed. It's like a traffic cop directing cars at a busy intersection. Instead of everyone trying to go in different directions and getting stuck in a jam, the traffic flows smoothly and efficiently. It's like the Fast and Furious franchise, except instead of Vin Diesel, we have fiber optic cables and computer algorithm. And let's not forget about the people who work at IXPs. They're like the DJs of the internet, spinning records and making sure everything runs smoothly. They monitor traffic, troubleshoot problems, and make sure that everything is working as it should. It's like a giant digital dance party, with everyone coming together to make sure the music never stopped. All in all, internet exchange points are an essential part of the internet infrastructure. It's like the beating heart of the internet, pumping data and information to every corner of the globe. Future of undersea cable. So, what does the future hold for undersea cables? Well, it's like looking into a crystal ball. There are a lot of exciting developments on the horizon. For starters, there's talk of using lasers to increase the speed and capacity of undersea cable. It's like upgrading from dial-up to fiber optic internet, except we're talking about cables that stretch across ocean. Another exciting development is the idea of using autonomous ships to lay and repair undersea cables. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie, with robotic ships cruising across the ocean, laying cables and repairing damage without any human intervention. It's like the future of shipping and logistics, but for undersea cables. And let's not forget about the potential for new undersea cable routes. It's like opening up new highways and byways for the internet, connecting new parts of the world and making the internet even more accessible. Who knows? Maybe we'll see undersea cables stretching across the Arctic Ocean or connecting remote islands in the Pacific. All in all, the future of undersea cables is looking bright. It's like a glimpse into a world where the internet is faster, more reliable, and more accessible than ever before. So, here's to the unsung heroes of the undersea cable world, working tirelessly to keep us all connected, even beneath the ocean wave. Well, folks, there you have it. A deep dive into the fascinating world of undersea cables and how the internet travels across oceans. From the tiny fiber optic strands that make up the cables, to the giant ships that lay them on the ocean floor, to the bustling internet exchange points that keep everything running smoothly, the world of undersea cables is truly awe-inspiring. So, what have we learned today? We've learned that the internet is a lot more complicated than it seems on the surface. It's like the tip of an iceberg. There's so much more going on beneath the waves. We've also learned that undersea cables are an essential part of the internet infrastructure, connecting us all together in ways that we never thought possible. But most importantly, we've learned to appreciate the hard work and dedication of the people who keep the internet running smoothly. It's like a giant digital symphony with everyone playing their part to keep the music, or data, flowing. The next time you send an email or stream a video, take a moment to think about the amazing technology and infrastructure that makes it all possible. And if you're feeling particularly grateful, why not give a shout out to the hardworking folks who keep the undersea cables running smoothly? And with that, it's time to wrap things up. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the depths of the internet, and I hope you learned something new and interesting. If you're interested in learning more, be sure to check out some of the great videos on our channel, and be sure to click the subscribe button. Until next time, keep surfing the web and stay connected.